Hi, and welcome to the operational guide for the Watersnake Geo-Spot GPS electric motor. This video will show you how to use many of the handy features on the Watersnake Geo-Spot motor to let you fish more efficiently and catch more fish. Before launching your boat, ensure the motor is securely locked onto the bow and connect the power to a deep cycle marine battery. Once you're on the water and ready to fish, set your depth collar to the appropriate depth for your boat. Carefully deploy the motor by simultaneously pressing the lever and pushing the shaft forward and down into the water. Remember, never press hard or stomp on the lever. After the motor is lowered into the water, ensure that the motor is locked into the vertical position and the depth collar engages with the motor unit. On the motor panel, press the on-off button until the LEDs light up and the unit has power. The center status LED will light up yellow. The panel also indicates battery charge condition with 4 lower green LEDs indicating full charge. As battery charge begins to drop, the green LEDs will turn off one by one from left to right. Turn on the remote control fob unit by pressing and holding the red key. Pairing will take a few seconds and the status LED on the motor light panel will turn solid green. At this point, the remote fob may request calibration on initial setup. Follow the instructions on the remote fob. Your remote control fob comprises of 2 main control sections in addition to the mode keys. At the top are the 4 menu keys. In the centre are the motor control keys. Surrounding these are the mode keys with icons: anchor mode, pilot mode, cruise mode and navigate mode. The track record key is also located on the bottom right. You can scroll through the settings by using the 4 menu keys at the top. The red key on the right is the selection key, while the blue key on the left is the back option. From the home screen, hit the red key to select settings, and then use the blue up and down keys to scroll through options such as boat size, units, brightness, etc., and choose your preferences. The boat size selection helps the GPS system to estimate the initial power required for operation. Manual operation of the remote control fob is very simple. Locate the 5 motor control keys in the centre of the fob. Left turns left, right turns right. The front of the motor head unit points forward, so keep an eye on it to monitor the direction that you are travelling. Press the central key with the propeller icon to power the propeller. Use the up and down keys to increase or decrease speed between the 0 to 10 variable speed increments. Note that when initially turned on, the default speed setting is 0. To stop the propeller, simply press the central key again. The anchor mode uses GPS signals to hold your boat over a selected position. It's a very handy feature when you want to fish one spot thoroughly. To start the anchor mode, simply press the anchor key when your boat is positioned over the required mark. The menu screen on the remote fob will show the DTG, distance to go, and the motor status LED will turn blue. The motor will remember the position where the anchor key was pressed and will hold position within about 2 meters of accuracy. It's always best to slow down before pressing the anchor mode to avoid overrunning the mark. To save the GPS coordinates, use the menu keys to select the save option. You can save up to 16 spots and navigate to them at any time if you're less than a kilometre away. You can exit anchor mode via the menu, or you can exit simply by pressing the anchor key again. Anchor mode is an extremely handy function for fishing over marks and reefs in open water. However, please keep in mind that the anchor mode is not to be used as a sole means of anchoring a vessel. It's designed for short-term position holding in reasonable weather conditions. The pilot mode allows you to travel in a fixed direction and comprises of 2 sub-modes: heading mode and course mode. These modes are activated with the pilot key showing a compass icon. You can select between the 2 sub-modes in the setting menu under fixed mode. Heading mode engages the motor to travel in the direction that the motor head is pointed when the pilot mode key is activated. It displays a lock icon and a heading HDG. Course mode is represented by an icon of an arrow between parallel lines. This mode travels on a true course bearing, BRG. The heading direction or course bearing can also be incrementally adjusted by pressing the left or right steering keys on the remote fob or foot pedal. The pilot mode is handy for fishing or prospecting over stretches of water that has patches of reef or weed beds. or for simply travelling in a set direction. The cruise mode is a great option for maintaining a fixed speed over ground. The GPS speed is relative to the bottom and is not relative to the wind, tide or current. To enable, press the cruise mode key in the bottom left corner of the remote fob. Use the up and down speed control keys to adjust the target speed. The cruise mode only operates when the propeller is already moving. It can also be operated simultaneously with pilot mode or navigate mode to help maintain a fixed speed. Whether you're casting or slow trolling, the cruise mode is an excellent option when you need more control over your speed. The recording function of the Watersnake Geo-Spot motor is part of the navigation mode. The motor can record up to 16 tracks, with each track up to 5 kilometres long. This is in addition to the 16 spot coordinates that can be stored. This saved track and spot data is essential for the navigation mode. To record and save a track, press the record key at the bottom right of the remote control fob. The system will then start to record your movements. Operate and guide the motor along your desired path, and then select Finish to save the recorded route. Assign a track number to complete the save process. Note that speed is not recorded or saved. To abort the route, press Exit. To delete a track, simply overwrite that particular track number. To navigate to a saved track or spot, press the Navigate key on the right hand side of the remote. Use the menu keys to select either a saved spot or track located within 1 kilometre of your current location and press Confirm. Always ensure that your direct path to a spot or track is not impeded by a hazard such as shallow water, snags or rocks. Select a speed, apply power, and your motor will navigate back to the saved spot. Once it reaches a selected spot, it will automatically enter into anchor mode. When navigating to a track number, you will need to select whether you wish to navigate to the start or end of a saved track. Once it reaches the end of the track, the motor will automatically enter anchor mode. To quit the navigation mode at any point, simply press the navigation key again. Navigation mode can also operate while in cruise mode. Navigating along tracks is a very useful function for repeatedly fishing through productive areas. Whether fishing along a shoreline or over a series of marks, it enables you to thoroughly work over that same area. The optional Geo-Spot foot pedal is a handy accessory for all those anglers who enjoy hands-free operation of the motor whilst fishing. It's especially useful in areas where constant directional adjustments are needed to weave through obstacles as you are fishing. The Geo-Spot foot pedal is simple to operate. Connect the cable to the base of the electric motor. Carefully align the notch and the groove of the plug, push together, then screw down to ensure a good connection and seal. Adjust the variable speed dial on the right to select your speed. Use the left and right buttons to steer the motor in your chosen direction. Depress and hold the central power button to power the propeller. Simply release to stop power. The constant switch on the left can also be engaged for constant power. Press the switch to turn on the power, then press it again to turn it off. When switching from the remote control fob to the foot pedal, rotate the speed dial back to 0 before setting your speed to inform the motor that the foot pedal has been engaged. The foot pedal is a very useful accessory as a hands-free and alternative means of motor control. Please note that both the remote control fob and the foot pedal are splash-proof and should not be inundated or submerged in water. To stow your motor, gently push down on the release lever while simultaneously lifting and sliding the shaft back until the motor locks back into the cradle. Lock down the depth collar as a safety measure, especially when motoring or travelling substantial distances. To turn off your motor, press and hold the on-off button until the lights turn off. Likewise, turn off the remote fob unit by pressing and holding the red button. It is also a good idea to carry a Phillips head screwdriver and a spare set of remote fob batteries on the boat for a quick change. It takes 3 AAA batteries. Maintaining and protecting your Watersnake electric motor is relatively simple. When travelling long distances to and from your fishing location, it's a good idea to disconnect the motor from your boat and store it in the boot of your car. An optional quick release bracket is ideal for fast and simple removal. If the motor must stay fixed to the boat, ensure it's strapped down with Velcro or hockey straps to minimise bouncing on rough roads. Once you are off the water or at home, lightly rinse the motor with fresh water to remove any salt or grime. Gently wipe down the remote and foot pedal with a damp cloth. From time to time, lubricate exposed parts and the motor shaft with a non-staining silicone, petroleum-based or lanolin spray. Apply marine grease to the pins on the release mechanism to keep them operating smoothly. After the first use, and every now and then, check that the nuts and bolts in the mounting system are secure. Ideally store the motor indoors in a cool and dry location at home. However, if it is mounted on the boat outside, use a cover to protect the motor from the sun and the elements. And always disconnect the motor from the battery before charging. If storing for long periods, it is also a good idea to remove the batteries from the remote control fob. We hope that this operational guide helps you get the most out of your Geo-Spot electric motor. With so many features, the Geo-Spot will increase your control on the water and improve your fishing experience. For more information on operating or maintaining your Watersnake Geo-Spot motor, please refer to the instruction manual or visit watersnake.com.au.